What's good, y'all? What's good, YouTube? What's good? What's good? It's your big homie, Big Daddy, man. And y'all already know what time it is, man. It's the Real Talk, Real Shit podcast. Thank you a million for anybody who's gonna tap in and tune in. As always, I know nobody cares. I know the truth is not something that's popular. So I'm about to go ahead and tell some unpopular truth. Let me explain to y'all just briefly. Let me explain to you what's going on, why I'm here, and why I'm doing the video tonight. Hold on one second. Hold on. Yeah. Anyway, time for more of that uncomfortable truth, man. The shit that everybody runs from, because the truth will set you free, but a lot of people don't want the truth, man. A lot of people are living in a fantasy world. You know, a lot of people don't want to hear nothing real. A lot of people don't want to be in the understanding of reality around them. A lot of people just choose the ignorance is bliss policy. And I ain't mad at nobody. Take your path, man. Choose your path, but you should just realize whether you choose to understand the problems that's persistent or not, whether you choose to be a part of the problem, stay away from it, tuck your head under your blanket, hide under your bed, whatever you choose to do, stay in the closet, whatever you choose to do is not going to help the total situation. As an adult, and I'm assuming I'm talking to adults. As an adult, we're responsible for our outcomes. As an adult, we're responsible for our actions. You should be held accountable for your actions, and accept your outcomes from your actions. So let's get into to what I wanted to talk about today. If y'all are not realizing, if you're looking around you, if you're paying attention to what's going on around you, people are clearly, openly giving up their rights. Okay, we're all in America under the understanding that we have rights. Okay, constitutional rights, um, human rights, civil rights. We're supposed to be under we're under the. If you live in America, we're all in the guise and the understanding that we all have rights, and humans have rights. Even animals have rights and shit like that. So, and basically, rights is like have the ability. Everybody knows civil rights in the 1960s when they passed the civil rights movement. Um, people were basically people were basically to the understanding that there was an enemy, shit was the way it was, and then they set it up and changed the outcomes for people to basically say everybody has rights. Okay, boom. So we understand that we supposedly have human rights. We supposedly have civil rights and all that shit. Okay, so with that being said, you have the right to go purchase stuff. You have the right to participate in what you want. You have the freedom to pretty much do what you choose to do. You know what I mean? Hold on one second. Hold on one second. So yeah, we all have the right to choose the path to take that we want to take and shit like that. You know what I mean? So you got the right to shop where you want to shop. You got the right to buy what you want to buy. You got the right to participate in what you want to participate in. You know what I mean? But where we're at now, the rights are being controlled. Your options are being controlled, aka things like this. When's the last time? When's the last time that people went to a mall and shopped? Hold on, I'm about to damn sneeze, boy. Damn. Excuse me. When the last time people went to the mall and shopped? Okay, and people might be like, "Man, that's old school. Everybody shopping at the mall." But guess why niggas ain't shopping at the mall? Because most people have participated in online shopping and shit like that, and made these things so big. They made these things so big. They made the main thing, like even things like media. And I'm not old to the point where I can't change and adjust with the times. That's not where I'm at in life. I'm totally adjusting and living with the times. But at the same time, there's a bigger picture to all this shit. There's a bigger picture to what you're able to buy and physically able to walk into a store. There's a freedom. There's a certain freedom with being able to walk into a store and grab an item and purchase what you want, and then paying for it and walking out. There's a freedom in that because you get to choose what you want. You get to see if your package is messed up. You get to check the dates on the packages. You get to, if you're buying shoes, you get to check, make sure the shoes ain't been worn. You get to make sure the shoes ain't got no scuffs on them, ain't got no scratches or factory mistakes and shit like that, So when you're out here buying stuff, through stores and shit like that, the old way, how things used to be, you had more control of what you purchase. You had more control basically. So now, put it like this: when you go out the Instacart things, right, and you go these things like Instacart, DoorDash, all these delivery services and things like that were created during the C virus. They were created during quarantine because two things: they were scaring people and well, no, whatever was going on with the virus was scaring people to the point where they didn't want to interact with each other and be around each other, which, it doesn't matter if that was intentionally done or not. The point is niggas are scared to be around each other. So you scare people where they don't want to go to stores and be in groups and shit like that. You scare people in so many different ways on like just different stupid shit like shootings and different stupid shit like that. So people have so many fears in their bodies and in their minds and their hearts. They don't even conduct themselves the way that they used to, like even relationships, even everything. But we're talking about shopping. So let me stick to the point. By you accepting this delivery service lifestyle to where you don't even have to leave your house, because that's what it's all geared towards anyway. In the future, you're not gonna be able to leave your house and do a thing because until whatever. Now, I'm not um I'm not conspiracy or talking nothing crazy, but I do know that if you listen to what these people are saying right now, the governments and the people who are in control, they're saying we still need to be prepared for another wave of this virus that's going around, and they're talking about it's gonna mutate again and change and get stronger if you're paying attention. And all these people have contingency plans in place to where they have plans and are prepared for this shit. So what I'm getting at, basically what I'm getting at is when you got scared into your not buying shit down, they had to shut down so many businesses. Toys R Us shut down during the quarantine. it was so many businesses, so many moms and pops businesses that had to shut down during these quarantines, so many restaurants because they were so many strict restrictions on how you could operate, and they were telling you how you could operate. See, that's the thing. Every time something pops up, when they just tell you, now it's okay to comply, and I'm not saying don't comply with the government because that's what we're supposed to do as citizens, but when stuff pops up and you just can't use your critical mind to figure out, if it makes even sense or not, you know what I'm saying? If it even makes sense or not. That's what I don't as adults, we're supposed to use our critical thinking. So, they teach you that shit in school, critical thinking and all that. So long story short, when you bought all this shit, when you out here diner dashing and Ubering and all this shit making it where you're not in control of your life, you're giving up all your powers. You're giving up all your rights. Two things: when you first sign up into these programs and these little apps and shit like that, you have to sign contracts and shit anyway. And I guarantee you, majority of the people are not reading the terms and conditions on these contracts when they're signing them. They're just saying, "Oh, I want some food because I want to be lazy and I don't want to drive 10 minutes up the road." Which, when you drive up the road, you can make sure your food comes correct. You can make sure your fries is hot. You can make sure whatever you're buying is fresh and up to par before you even walk out the store, so you don't have no discrepancies. Now, your shit is going from the cook's hands to the drive-thru's hands to the fucking diner dash dude's hands, then from his hands to your hands. It's going through about 4 hands before it gets to you now, instead of like 1 or 2 hands. So you see how it's easily already complicated the process by you having to, let me stop, wait, click all this shit, Instacart, all this shit. I want apples, I want this, I want plums, I want pears. Instead of walking through the store and seeing what's fresh, what's on the shelves and what's available. You know what I mean? Hold on. Yeah, so what I'm saying is, you done played yourself again by thinking you was doing something cool. Two things, and I'm trying to be quick because I'm really like got a lot on my mind about this shit, and like it could go really deep, but I'm trying to put it real easy as possible because I'm had a long day and shit. But check this shit out. When you go into Walmart now, you used to go into the self checkout thing, right? Self checkout, aka you don't need a cashier. There's only about, in the big Walmarts, the super Walmarts, there's only about 5 cashiers, 6 cashiers at the most, and everybody else is just monitors. They're standing around the stocking shit and doing the online shopping for people, the Instacart shopping for people, and they're basically feeding into what the app got going on. They're monitoring the self checkouts and shit like that. So how long do you think that they're gonna need you to stand there and monitor that self checkout shit? How long? How long do niggas think? How long do you think that they actually gonna need us when they already showed you and told you that they didn't need you? Are you very much? This is the thing, and I know I don't be talking to nobody like that. It'll be a small group of people watching this shit. But are you really to the point where now you're thinking this shit gonna stay sweet like this forever? Are you really seriously thinking? Are you thinking this shit gonna stay sweet like this? Comfortable and like to the point where like we're not gonna go ever have any more turmoils or hardships in life? Life has hardships and shit going on every day. You know what I'm saying? That's why you gotta be ready for things. You gotta stop being so soft. We gotta stop being so pacified and entertained and comfortable. That's why I'm here to tell niggas the uncomfortable truth sometimes, man. It's not like I want to come on here and just say shit. No. It's really like, I'm gonna tell you a quick story and then I'm probably gonna be done with this live. Quick story. I went to go get some phones yesterday. Went to go get a phone for me and my daughter. get me a new phone and get her a phone because I've been promising her a phone. So long story short, going to get the phone. Go to the phone store, and it's a Spectrum company. If anybody in your local area, if y'all got Spectrum, you know what I'm saying. I do my phones through Spectrum. So you go get the phones. I already have service with them phones, so I'm adding two lines basically, and I'm adding two phones. So what you do, you go in there. It's a store. Basically, it's a storefront. You pick out your phones. They got the prices and everything. You know how the shit usually works. You go buy your phone and pick it out, pay for it, and all that shit. So I picked out the two phones I wanted. The older gentleman he's trying to help me. I tell him, the phones. He goes and gets them out the back. He sets them on the counter. When he comes back, he starts typing the shit in, gets my ID. I type in my social security number, all kind of crazy shit, like crazy. Which I guess that's normal, whatever. But long story short, he says the computer tells him he can't sell me the phones right there, the phones that he got. He can't scan them. He says the computer tells him he have to send it to me. And now mind you, he got the phones I picked out right there and it's sitting right there next to him. He got them sitting there, both of them. And I bought phones from this place before. You know what I mean? The phone that I got that I'm using right now, I bought from this place before. So long story short, this dude tells me he got to send me the phone. I'm like, so what are you here for? So what's the point? I'm not being too disrespectful or nothing, but at this point, I'm kind of getting pissed off because I'm like, bruh, I'm trying to buy two phones. Like, what's going on? So he tells me he got to send it to me. I said, so just make it happen. Let's do it. How long? He said about 2 days. Long story short, it's 4 days. It's gonna come in 4 days, which I don't care about that. I don't care about that, which because I'm not complaining about it. So I'm like, okay, boom, how much is it gonna be? He tells me the price for the phones because I gotta pay like a certain amount for the phones or whatever. I gotta pay for the phones, and then they add the shit to the line. They add the service to the line when I get it. Oh, he was like, yeah, this amount of money. I go to give him the money for the phones, and he tells me, oh no, we don't accept cash. Now at this point, I'm getting mad. I get mad because I'm like, bro, you don't accept cash. How you doing this? Whatever. Boom. So I give him my debit card. He goes to swipe the debit card. Boom, boom, boom. And he's like, yeah, but um, basically, when I get the phones, I got to come back to the store to activate them. So I said, so you're making me pay for a phone at the store right now that I don't get, that you have sitting next to you. What's good, bro? What Big Dale in the house, man. What's the word? Chi-Town in the building. Yes, sir, man. I'm from the Chi-Town too, bro. Big Dale, ain't gonna lie. Uh South Side, I think it was like over there in Wentworth or some shit. It's been back in the 90s. We moved out in the 90s. But yeah, I'm from the Chi-Town too. I ain't even gonna lie. This shit is South Side was terrible, bro. Back in the days, South Side was so bad. I mean, it's like if you from there, it's not bad, and I'm not disrespecting Chicago, but it's like if you're from there, it don't seem bad because it seems like everyday shit. But when you looking back at it, bro, when you seen motherfuckers get killed and you seen the gang territory and you was in them real project buildings, because I was in one of them buildings with what's that shit? I think our building had like 40 floors. It was like a high rise, real project building. The real projects. Like niggas act like they from the projects and shit. Ain't nobody. But long story short, man, I'm talking about the how we give up our rights, basically, like these self-checkout stores. Hold on real quick. Yep, daddy shit. But 16 floors. Yeah, that shit be crazy, man. I forget how many floors because I was little, but Chicago's such a place where in the wintertime, back in the days, people used to freeze to death because it was too cold because they couldn't afford the heaters. And then in the summertime, motherfuckers will basically overheat and die. Mostly the old people. Back in the days, you'll hear about the old people dying in the building because they was too poor to afford the AC window units and shit, or too poor to afford the heaters in the wintertime and shit. And it's real cold. It got that brick, that water coming off that lake. So that's that real cold in Chicago, boy. That's that. You better have some shit on you, or else that cold getting to your bones. But shout out to Chicago, man. Matter of fact, Big Dale, how's that law looking, man? How's it looking with that law they just passed, the no bail law? How's shit looking in the shot since that happened, bro? Tag in real quick on that as much as you can, cause I ain't been back to Chi-Town since the 90s. You know what I mean? Since like 90 whatever, I forget, 94 or some shit. We used to live there back in the early 90s. But how's that no bail shit looking, bro? Is the crime rate boosted up, or is shit still just what it was? Cause shit was crazy. It was the murder capital when I was back in the days back there. Um, man, it's like that right now. Damn, man. Shit. That's crazy, bro. The same. Yeah, that shit crazy, bro. Yeah, man. It's crazy. I seen that picture you posted earlier too. That shit you was like we lost a whole generation and shit. And there was a lot of people in that pic, Duck and all them billionaire black and all them boys. That shit was good picture, man. But it was sad that how you put that shit in perspective like that. That's why I be trying to kick the game, man, to try to get these motherfucking youth, man. And I'm not big like that, but I always talk like I'm talking to a million people because, the potential's there, and one day, motherfuckers will tap in. But I don't want the fame and shit. I never did it for that. You know what I mean? TNT in the build, man. They still let motherfuckers go. TNT, what's up, bro? TNT in the building, man. That's the homie right there, man. Shout out to that boy TNT from the dirty South, all the way from the dirty, man. You know what I mean? Yep. With the guns, yeah, they still letting go with the guns. Yeah, facts, man. Here, my bro. Here, my bro. Yes, sir, man. I'm tapping in all the time on y'all, boy. Stay on your, stay tapped in, man. This shit crazy right now, man. It's been busy times with this single dad bullshit. But that's not gonna be forever. But cause I know man and woman are supposed to be together, man. That's the bottom line today. I ain't gonna say nothing else. But it's gonna catch on. Big Dale said facts. Yeah, facts, man. It ain't for me, bro. I'm a humble messenger, so really, man, as long as you kicking the truth and as long as you putting out some concrete, something that's good, and you're trying to do the best you can, as long as you affect a few, that's all that matters, bro. I ain't gonna lie, like, and I done affected them. I done affected many in a positive way, more than a few. Before YouTube, I do this shit every day in everyday life. It's like walking around like Jesus Christ, to be honest with you. And I'm humble with it, and I'm not trying to act like I'm Jesus. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not comparing myself, but it's the path. It's the Jesus path. I'm going to support you, family, every time I see you. Facts. That's the same with you, Big Deal. Cause hey, I'm gonna shout you out too, Big Deal. TNT, bro. Subscribe to Big Dale. His shit fire. I'm gonna be real. When I seen your video. You had 999 subscribers, right? And I just got over 1,000. Just got over 1,000 just recently, and I've been doing this shit for like 3 years, over 3 years. You know what I'm saying? So when I seen you with that 999, I instantly clicked because you had a good title. I forget what it was, but you had a good title, and I was like, nah, let me get this brother to the thou. Cause them motherfuckers, this shit ain't easy to come by, boy, at all. Like, and it's not all about being 1,000, but it's the monetization program. They changed it to where you had to have 1,000 in a certain amount of hours and shit like that. So um it's good to help each other out. And then when I clicked on your shit and then I heard how you was talking, I said, oh shit, this brother's for real. And then when I really started listening to the second video, I said, oh yeah, I fuck with this brother for real. He got the good content. Yep, 4,000 hours, baby. I'm on the count up. That's why I'm doing these lives, man. You gotta I realized to win on this shit, to really win and get your hours up, man, you gotta do the lives. Some niggas really be living online and shit. They'll do this shit for fucking 3, 4, 5 hours at a time. I really can't do it like that right now because I got my little babies and shit. So I be like, that's why I'm in the car doing my thing. I get my cigarette break, smoke my little cigar, and damn, and have me some time, my channel time. But to be honest with you, if you really want to turn up on this YouTube shit, because I watch people successfully grind. I'm not talking about the machine. Mm, I'm not talking about the niggas with the machine behind them. Because I'm gonna tell you, if you're really smart and you on your shit, you can see who's fake and who's not. And it's not about saying, oh, he got 1 million subscribers, he's fake. No, because that's not the truth. Some niggas really grind it up and organically got that shit. But some people you could really see when they get a certain buzz, their whole persona changes, the things that they promote and talk about changes, and they really start being like robotic in the way that they maneuver. Like, that's what I mean by selling now. It's like a nigga will be already hot on the verge and people already vouching for him on the numbers, like in excuse me, in the 100,000s. But then when they quote unquote meet up with some type of industry or company and sign with them and make a deal with them, then they become uh very precise in their actions. They become very robotic and fit in the blueprint of the people behind them on what they do. And you can easily see it if you understand what's going on. And that's not to discredit or disrespect nobody's cult or gang or whatever they do, but it's saying I could tell a motherfucking fake when I see one. You know what I'm saying? So real recognize real, man. I could see the fake shit, been seeing that shit. Oh, I didn't know you could zoom in. Hold up. Let me zoom back out though. I didn't know you could do that. Oh shit. Okay, y'all learned something new. Big Dale said thank you. Um, I'm going to keep it a buck. Facts, you got to, bro. Cause I'm be real, that shit. Um, if you know anything about the future, any future and shit in America, the truth and shit like that, it's almost illegal, and it almost is now. So the truth is like a precious thing, and it's a powerful thing. Hmm? It's a powerful thing. And cigarettes are terrible. Don't smoke. I'm smoking this black and mild bullshit, but it's terrible. This shit terrible. Um, TNT said my new my news guy sometimes be on 12 hours. Facts. Facts. Facts, man. I'm talking about I've seen niggas do this shit. I got some few dudes I fuck with, like from Atlanta and different places, man. Them motherfuckers will be on here for 4, 5 hours a day, 6 hours a day, solid. And then the grind does pay off, man. But you just gotta be humble, man, and realize that we're throwing stones into the ocean with this YouTube shit. Meaning a stone can make the ripple, right? You can make the effect, but you're essentially throwing a stone in the bitch. But the people who have higher reach and targets, higher reach and relationships and shit like that, they could throw boulders in the ocean and create tsunamis. See, that's the difference. We can make a ripple with this shit humbly until you get your boulder big enough, and then you can make your tsunami. That's just a little metaphor because I'm just being real, man. You have to be humble, and that's a lot of thing a lot of brothers don't like to do. They don't like to put in the work and be humble in this shit. Like, you got to put in the work, man. True motherfucking story, man. For real, bro. Much love, family. Much love to you too, bro. Real talk. Cause I just know, I'm not old, man, but I'm just seeing it like this. It's like this, what I was talking about with my topic. Like, we can't get to the point where we give up all our rights. Like, motherfuckers, like, I was just talking to one of my big brother earlier, and we was talking about shoes. I was like buying some shoes and shit from the mall, how niggas used to go to the mall and shop and shit. He was like, niggas don't shop at the mall. And I was like, yeah, that's because niggas killed the shit. Niggas killed the shit. And I know certain malls are popping, like certain places, bigger cities and shit, they still making enough money to keep that shit going. But in a lot of small communities and smaller towns and shit, That facade of America, the mall and the this and the that and the banks and all this shit, the facade is actually buckling and failing around people, but they don't really, cause they can't really see it because they caught up in the Gucci, Louis, Fendi, Prada, the bull. If you caught up in the physical, if you're caught up in the physical in this world, you're gonna get wrapped up and pretty much chewed and spit up and chewed and spit out, you know, because this world is it's a spiritual experience in a physical body. It's not a physical experience. It's a spiritual experience in a physical body. So while we coasting through this life or in living through this life, the spirit is what's doing this shit. That's what's guiding us. And it's not a religious thing and all that. Cause some niggas like, oh, Jesus done this and that. I'm not disrespecting nobody's religion, but religion ain't shit but a set of rules to keep mankind in line. So at the end of the day, you don't even need religion. You just need to be righteous and be good, you know, and know what's right and wrong. If you have true discernment of what's right and wrong, you can't go fucking wrong. You understand? You can't go wrong if you know what's right and what's wrong, because you'll do something to your moral compass. You'll be like, well, boy, I ain't got goddamn can't do all that because that's not right. Oh, no, I will go with y'all, man, but shit, y'all, boy, I ain't into all that. You know, that's how you, man, people just haven't done the work. People haven't done the self-work to get to the point of self-control and understand that your body, you're in control of that shit. The only thing you control in this universe is really your mind and your body. And then having what you do with that can affect others. You know, that's what this shit is about. It's an experience. This is it's like a test and a quest, you know, but people going to think life is about having Louis, Gucci, and Prada and dumb shit. I won't give a goddamn rich billionaire a dime of my money except for some dial soap or some motherfucking some shit like that, you know, some necessity to life shit. But I'm being real. I won't give a billionaire a dime of my motherfucking money. Why? So I could wear a shirt that says Balmain, or I could wear a fucking shirt that says Gucci. It's just a shirt with a word on it. And niggas pay 2, 3, 4, 5, 600 for a goddamn shirt with a word on it. And wonder why we ain't got shit as a people. Our mentalities are so fucked up because we wasn't taught right, you know. And I can't. I'm gonna say this: I had a good father who taught me righteousness and shit like that. So I always assumed in life, and I had a good mother too, who was home and cooked and was domestic and cooked and clean and was real, a beautiful, respectable woman. You know, while she was in the house and being a mother, she did her job as a mother. So I say I didn't grow up. Now my parents fought in that kind of bullshit and they eventually got divorced after a long time, but I didn't grow up seeing bullshit. I didn't grow up seeing uh even when we was in Chicago seeing murders and shootouts and motherfuckers shooting a building up and all that. Man, my parents had respect and they had honor. And they taught us dignity and shit. And it's not where you at, it's how you live and shit like that. And and the old morals of family come first and shit like that. These new motherfuckers don't even respect their mamas and cousins and shit. And I understand a lot of these family members is not respectable. I understand that too. That's a big part about this shit. You can't respect your mama if she been bringing niggas in and out that house your whole life and not having dinner for you as a child. You got to go home hungry and go to sleep hungry and shit and dirty and shit because your mama didn't want to give you a bath and shit. And I understand them deadbeat dads who wasn't there. And I understand the good parents who was there. So what I say is don't let your past beat you up to the point where you have a horrible negative outlook on the future. Because if just because you had a terrible past don't mean you can't switch it around and live positive in the future. Because it's called the book of deeds. When you're walking on this life, your actions are getting weighed. Your actions and your negative actions are getting weighed. And then when you put that shit on that balance scale when you die, if you got more negative than positive, that's why a lot of people be, going through shit because it's your deeds. It's your day-to-day deeds, your way you walk that dictates your future. How you eat, how you think, what's in the shit. That's why in the Bible, and I'm not even a Christian, but in the Bible it said, my people perish due to lack of knowledge. So that always taught me knowledge is the number one thing that you should have as a person. And it's the truth, because people perishing in lack of knowledge is they don't want to eat right because they don't understand what's in the foods. If you understood what was in the food, then you wouldn't put it in your body. Then if you really understood what was in the food, then you should do something about it. Then if you really understood, man, come on, bro. It's levels to everything in life, but it all starts with a proper this level of discernment. And that comes from having a level-headed family, a level-headed father. You know, a lot of people better thank God your father was rough and tough on you. Thank God that motherfucker was whooping you and being there for you to discipline you. Because guess what? The world ain't have no mercy. The world has no mercy for your child, for your fucking mom, your cousin. The world got no mercy. The streets have no mercy. They cold. They gonna stay cold. They gonna steam when the warmth come up under it, because they're warm. They ain't even want the streets don't want warmth. The streets gonna stay cold. Shit savage out here, bro. For real, man. You had that rod of God. I mean, but I'm just saying, bro, people gotta understand this shit is really, really a deep, beautiful experience. And if you take life as serious as it is, and as precious as it is, and as beautiful as it is, then you'll make better choices on your day-to-day journey. That's all it's about. Making better choices on your day-to-day journey to be wise and wisdom and be an old wise man. But I love y'all, man. I appreciate y'all. This shit is not it's not for nothing, man. It's definitely I'm not just talking, man. I'm definitely not just talking. And I pray to God some of my words reached anybody who's been listening, man. And I pray that, we could just make better choices to be better men and better in the community for each other, because we're failing out here. It's looking real ugly in the community. The women can't even get along with the men. My nigga, it's hard to keep the fucking marriage together. It's hard to keep families alive. Motherfuckers don't want to have children no more. Motherfuckers don't even want to be together no more. Come on, man. We got to do better, man. We got to do better, man. And I feel like with my kids, I'm doing them right. They're understanding the things, the realities of life. So they're basically prepared. They're getting prepared for life, So when I set them free out there in the world, it's not going to be like they're just stuck and alone and uneducated about how things are. See, I'm taking the time to actually build up and harness motherfuckers' talents and shit. And I got to learn. Thing about it is, when you have children, you got to learn their temperament and who they are and how they are before you can even start to teach them, because every child is not the same. So how in these and I'm a real teacher too. I'm a teacher, literally. I homeschool my kids. So what I'm saying is, when you understand that all kids don't learn the same, and I just have 3, so imagine if I had 26 in the class. How could you teach all 26 kids the same? Everybody's not the same. Little bro over there sleepy because he ain't getting no sleep. Little bro over there hungry because he ain't had no food. Little girl over there, she's straight, but she ready to learn, but she learned faster. He learned this or he learned that. He's ready, he's that. Man, you need a customized education for each child. And that takes time, patience, energy, and love and patience, man. It takes a lot of patience. So I know everybody's not made to be like me, and I don't want people to per se be like me, but I do want people to understand that we need to take more control over what's going on in our lives and what we intaking and what we're doing. Our children and shit. Nigga just send their kids off and don't even know what's going on in them schools. I remember what happened. Sex and drugs. That's what I was doing at school. And I wasn't doing drugs. I was selling candy and I was doing all kind of shit. But I'm saying, learning about drugs, learning about society, and learning about sex. That's all school was. It was culture shock and learning about society. And then once I started learn how to manipulate and maneuver society and talk to a bunch of people and woo, Man, I've been like this my whole life. You know, I used to charge niggas. Look, real talk, and I'm gonna get off here in a second, but I used to charge people to sit at the lunch table with me in school. Motherfuckers used to have to pay me a couple dollars to sit at my lunch table, and that when I was in middle school, you know, and that's not no narcissistic shit. That's just real talk. I always it's like a VIP area, and you gotta pay. They gotta pay the goddamn. They paid Chris Brown to take $1,000 pictures with him. So fuck, why you can't say pay Bad Ed a couple dollars to sit next to me at the lunch table? You know, that's literally a true story. I did that. You know, it was terrible, but I did that shit for a long time. You know, then I started feeling bad for people. I was taking their lunch money and shit. So I started goddamn buying them food with their lunch money. Like, oh, you want some pizza? Well, shit, I'll get some pizza for us. You know, at work, random channel surfing, facts. Valiant Thor, man, you ran into a great channel, man. You know, and I was just talking about America, man, how beautiful this place is, but you know how we give up our freedoms every day. You know, it's like this, boom. Oh, this happened. Brr, oh, this happened. Oh God. Brr, 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 brr. Oh, now it's time. Oh yeah, these are dangerous. I'm gonna go ahead and take this off. Yeah, you can't have these no more. Nah. What? I can't have these. I bought this shit legally from the government. What the hell you talking about? What the hell you talking about? Yeah, that's that type of. Oh yeah, and then there's some people like, oh yeah, we don't need these. You know, I've had this right here for a trusty dusty one for 30 years. It works real good, but yeah, I don't need it anymore. They said it's not good for us, and we be like, oh yeah, you know. What I'm saying is participation is acceptance in anything in life. So if we participate, and I'm not telling nobody not to do or what to do, but I'm saying participating is acceptance in this life. When you go to sit down and participate at the ride on care at a theme park, they tell you before you get on this ride, you potentially could reach harm. Do you agree that you could potentially? Yeah, I agree. It's okay. Sign a little waiver form and all that. So we've been openly participating in things that are harmful for us and for a long time. It's just now we're at the level of game where they don't pretty much need humans no more, you know? Let me read Valiant Thor's comment. You are correct. The difference between the conspiracy and spoiler alert is only several months. Ooh, good God, I love it. It's only several months. That's facts. Ooh, I love it. You know what? And I wouldn't even say it's a spoiler alert either. I'd just say American citizen watching watching the news and being a concerned citizen because my information that I receive comes from the government itself. It comes from the news. It comes from senators. It comes from congressmen. It comes from laws. I read the laws. We all have the ability to read the laws as they pass them in America. You know what I'm saying? We all have the ability to um go to Congress meetings and participate and speak your piece. Like, oh, there's been a crack road on 35th Street for 20 years. Somebody needs to fix it. Oh, well, fix the crack road on 35th Street. I'll call my. That's how the shit works. That's how you make change. So it's not about conspiracy because if these days if you speak incorrect statements and lies and things like that, you'll get persecuted or dead behind that shit. So on in the world of reality, you have to speak facts and data and only speak of things that you know to be true and that you can or something that was come from the horse's mouth. Because I'm gonna tell you a lot of things that the horse says doesn't make sense. Like I was watching today, the governors the Republicans were saying that Joe Big Head is trying to default on the country's debt and defaulting on the debt. I'm coming. I'm about to go. And defaulting on the country's debt means giving it up. Like I can't afford to pay this, so you can have the assets that we owe you. So basically, the land, the businesses, the infrastructure, the corporations, the businesses, the fucking this, the that, They're going to have to give it up. And who are they going to have to give it up to? Chinese. Who does America owe most of their money to? China. So these are going to be the owners of America. And this is why in New York right now, and you look it up, this ain't no conspiracy. If you look it up right now in New York, they have a Chinese police station that is locking up American citizens, arresting them, and they have no, they're not American citizens. It's a full Chinese for his name, Xi Jinping. What that nigga name? I don't know his name, but his imperial people have a Chinese army police station in America that are locking American citizens up. So, and then I've seen the government in the local government in New York were talking amongst each other like, yo, basically, what the fuck are we gonna do? We need to do something about this. What are we gonna do? How are we gonna it was like it's basically they said it's like a breaking treaties, breaking certain treaties between going to somebody's country and just dominating and acting like, you know what I mean? There's rules behind that. Like you can't go to another country, put your flag up and just say it's my shit. You literally have to get permission and shit like that, you know? Um, so I just say this, man. America's a beautiful place. God bless us all, but we need to be more understanding of the realities of life so we can prepare to survive into the future. That's all education for me is about, to learn how to survive into the future for my children can have a comfortable, decent life. Because any American father, any loving parent would want their children to have a decent life. So if you have young children, you realize their life is going to surpass your life. Their time is going to surpass your time, hopefully. So you think as a parent into the future of what to do to build your stuff up, build your children's and keep them surviving. Valiant Thor, like and subscribe. Thank you so much, bro. I appreciate that, man. I definitely appreciate that, man. I'm just kicking it, trying to keep the trying to keep trying to do my best to save the world. I'm gonna be honest with you because my dad told me, I got 4 brothers and 1 sister. My dad told me and my brothers, he said, y'all have to save the world. And he said, if you don't save the world before you die, it's no saving it. And that was told to me by my father as a young boy. So imagine having that much weight put on you as a young boy growing up, just knowing that you have to save the world. So what was I supposed to do? Supposed to find out the injustice of the world to make justice and bring justice. But hey man, it's your big home, Big Bad, man. This the Real Talk, Real Shit podcast. I walk it like I talk it, man. I talk it like a robot because I have to compete with the AI. We got to be smarter than the AI nowadays, man. So you better realize we're on the verge of non-existence because we've given all of our powers away to this fucking AI system. So YouTube, I appreciate you for allowing me to talk and walk and do my thing. But man, you gotta be smarter than a robot, man. Question for you is, are you smarter than a robot? It's your big homie, Big Betty, man. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all, man. We got to get in here and tend to the fam, man. You know what I'm saying? Love y'all.